In this video, I want to teach you the most important business lesson you may ever learn. The lesson I'm about to teach you has made me literally tens of millions of dollars. Over the last few years, I've built several multi-8-figure businesses. If you watched me on YouTube, you saw me come from a small apartment in Queens to multiple penthouses in New York and Miami. You saw the whole rise over the last decade, and you can go back and look for proof of it. In this video, I want to show you how to do it too, or at least give you a lesson that will help you on your path. Now, if you do this right, I promise you, you will be able to ball and shot call with the rest of us. However, if you fuck this up, you will fail miserably and you will be destined to a life of poverty. Middle class at best. At best, if you're lucky. But first, I want to tell you how I learned this lesson. The year was 2015, maybe it was 2016. And me and my best friend, White Boy Brian, that's his real name, it's not racist, it's on his birth certificate. Me and White Boy Brian, we had a supplement company called Bro Laboratories, and we wanted to have a booth at a fitness expo. We wanted to have a booth at the Olympia Fitness Expo. That was our plan, but we wanted to do it in the following year. So this year we went to the Olympia Fitness Expo in Las Vegas in order to check out the scene, see what it's like. As soon as we arrived in Las Vegas, we were greeted by a bunch of, how do you say it, hood niggas outside of the hotels who said they had free tickets to the strip club. We were like, you know what? That sounds like a fantastic idea. And the guy called over a cab. The cab took us to the strip club for free. And then we got in the strip club. We paid a small fee to enter. And as soon as we enter, we get greeted. We get the loud pumping music. We go to the main stage where chicks are twerking that thing. And there was a chick on the stage doing her thing, and she was leaving. And then the strip club DJ says, "And now welcome to the stage, Cinnamon." I have no idea why all strip club DJs sound like that. I don't know if people are doing that for strip club DJ purposes, like did they have some training, or if strip clubs are looking for people with that voice. I have no idea, but it's a constant theme every strip club I've been to around the nation. In North America, Cinnamon comes to the stage, and immediately White Boy Brian is captivated. He can't believe it. This girl seemed to be his perfect type. You know, she had cinnamon colored hair. Presumably that's why her parents named her Cinnamon. She comes and starts like twerking that thing for me, expecting me to give her $1, but I did not because she's white. It's not a racist thing, it's just I have preference, or a curse. I'm cursed with liking Latina women. You know, that's where my preference lies. Yeah, it's like a curse. I would imagine it's like if you were some sort of animal and all you could eat was great white sharks, the fucking hardest shit to kill, the hardest shit to deal with. That's what my dating life has been like my whole life. But Brian couldn't wait to give her $1. He gave her $1, boom, boom, boom. Gave her a few dollars, man, twerking on stage, putting it in the thong. Then Cinnamon's done with her dancing. Give a round of applause for Cinnamon. And then, you know, she immediately comes off the stage, looks Brian dead in the eyes. No, looked him in the soul. Started walking straight to him. And she asked Brian, do you want to dance? And Brian, you know, as smooth as he could, he said, yeah. Yeah. He's very excited. Cinnamon starts dancing for him. She asks him if he wants another. Psst, of course he does. He gets another dance. She asks him if he'd like a third dance, 3 in a row. You know what he does. He wants a third dance. Now, I don't know how much strip club experience you gentlemen have, but you know, if you get 1 or 2 dances from a chick, she's gonna ask you if you want to go to the VIP room. So she asked Brian if he would like to join her in the VIP, and of course, he eagerly complied. You know, he was excited to get back there, and he had to pay an additional fee, for whatever it was. I forget what the rate was. I think it was like $150 or something like that. Maybe more now. Inflation. Thanks a lot, Biden. Shit, probably like $300-400 now. Fucking liberals. He's in there twerking, doing all types of shit. Now, I used to drink back then, so somehow all I remember is I ended up in the fucking VIP room with some other chick, some black or Spanish chick. That's kind of my type. Can't tell if she black or Latino, Latina, somewhere in the middle, like me. Somewhere in the gradient, maybe a combination of both. That's my style. So I end up with her. By the time I leave the VIP, I hit Brian up. I text him. I'm like, yo, man, we got to get up early, man. Where you at? Let's bounce. Brian says, yo, I already left. I'm with Cinnamon in the cab. I promise you, there's a business lesson here. At that very moment, even though she wasn't my type, I felt a strange mixture of pride and jealousy. Like I was proud of him, but I was like, fuck, how'd he do that? This motherfucker's the man. So I started heading back to the hotel alone, no stripper with me this time. My game wasn't as tight as it is now. Our rooms were adjacent to each other. So I get out the elevator, and I start walking towards the room, and I know Brian's is right next to mine. I see Brian open the door. He's wearing pants and no shirt. And then Cinnamon walks out. And I'm thinking, it's only been like 10 minutes, man. This motherfucker was excited. He needs to learn some breathing exercises so he can control that, man. It should last longer than that. And then she leaves down the hallway. And I'm like, yo, Brian, what happened, man? You smashed? He was like, nah, man. She wanted $500. Now, of course, I'm thinking, shit, I got $500. I almost flagged her down. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't want that to fuck up our friendship. And I didn't want to break the law. Now, okay, I think that was a deal. I'm pretty sure that was, she did give him a deal. You know what I'm saying? What's the lesson here? Well, in business, there's something called a profit ladder. So a lot of times in businesses, they'll have some stuff that's like free to get people in the door. Then they'll have something cheap. Then they'll have something, mid-tier. Then they have their most expensive stuff at the top of the profit ladder. How does this relate to the story? Well, this chick didn't start off offering sex for money to Brian. She worked him up the profit ladder. So you got to remember, we got to the club for free with the cab. In fact, they paid. The actual club paid that cab driver to get us there. Because when we got out, they exchanged something. And, he got compensated for bringing traffic to the club. Remember that. You might pay to give your customer free shit, And then let's look at it from the girl's perspective. We got there for free. Then when she was on stage, Brian gave her $1. I did not give her $1. Brian gave her $1. He gave her many dollars, but started off with $1. Then when she got off stage, she went to Brian instead of me because it's easier to sell to somebody you've already sold to. That's a key to the strategy. It's easier to sell to somebody you've already sold to. Brian was already a customer at this point. He already exchanged currency for services, dollar per twerk or whatever. Then she went over there and gave him, asked him for, the next sale. Boom, lap dance. Brian got several of these lap dances. These are called upsells. These can be upsells, right? But whatever. He got several of those lap dances. Then she said, hey, you want to go to the VIP room? Then she offered him her profit maximizer, her most expensive thing, vagina. She offered him vagina in exchange for currency. She didn't start off there. She worked him up the profit ladder. And now you can see this in other businesses. So check it out. And not all businesses have the super expensive thing. This is the profit maximizer. But check it out. For a long time, I don't know if you can still do this, but you can get Apple stuff for free. Like if you have Windows, you can download QuickTime or even iTunes for free. And then when you get that, I remember back in the day, if you had iTunes, you can get like an iSong for $1. You know what I'm saying? So I got iTunes, iSongs. Shit, I might as well get an iPhone. Then I got an iPhone. I got iTunes, iSongs. Shit, I might as well get a computer. I'm gonna get a Mac, right? Get a MacBook. Then if I'm like a real serious power user like Nima and shit, I'm editing videos or maybe I'm doing music production, I might as well get the Mac Pro, right? That's their most expensive shit. You see this in that kind of business. This really works. And why does it work? Because for someone to exchange currency for anything, it's a sign of trust, like they're trusting you. If you give somebody money and they don't give you what you promised, you got ripped off. You literally got ripped off. So if they don't know you well, if they don't have experience with you, they may not trust you enough to spend money on the most expensive shit with you off the rip. They might want to test the waters with a smaller investment. So once Brian seen her twerking off the stage, he was like, oh shit, yeah, this is the perfect lap dance for me. And then he got the lap dance. Shit, I know I'm gonna enjoy the VIP room. And then, I'm still surprised he didn't do this. Like even every time I tell this story, I'm thinking, man, this motherfucker had $500. I know because I paid him. I used to write his checks back in the day. I know he had $500. I can't believe it. You know what I'm saying? But he did. And she went back to the club, probably got somebody else to do it that night. Brian might not have even been the first motherfucker she took to a hotel room that night. How can this work in your business? You'll see a lot of times people are giving away like free stuff or free content. Maybe it's content Maybe it's an ebook. Maybe they're giving away free stuff on social media. And that gives people exposure, right? They don't have to give an investment to consume anything free. A lot of times people give away like an ebook too for free, or some sort of like lead magnet. It could be anything where you got to download it so they can get your email or something like that. Lead magnet. But this is all free stuff. The reason it's good to give away free stuff is because people got to trust you to give you currency. They have to trust you to give you currency in exchange for goods and services. If they don't trust you, they will not exchange money for. So you build the trust by giving them free stuff that they enjoy or that's useful. But a lot of times the business will pay to give you free shit. Like this fucking podcast, like this podcast, these videos you're watching now, this costs me money. Fucking Nima costs money. These lights and shit cost money. These fucking cameras cost money. Fucking the editors cost money. It costs money to give you the free shit. Just like it costs money for the strip club to get us to the establishment. They paid those cab drivers to get us there for free. Then the cab drivers would get out and they would exchange some shit. Cab drivers were getting paid to bring them there. So a lot of times businesses will pay to give you free shit. Or in our old business, we used to run ads to like lead magnets, like stuff you can download so we can get your email. And if you like the stuff you got from the free lead magnet, then you're more likely to spend money on something else. Then you want to give them some sort of low ticket offer. They still might not trust you, not enough to exchange currency for whatever it is. They don't know that they're going to get the value. You know, there's some trepidation. Perhaps they're just worried that they're not going to get enough value in exchange for that currency. So you give them something inexpensive, but it has to be good. Like that's the key. Everything on this ladder has to be good. Every step of this has to be good because we're trying to build enough trust so they would trust us to spend more money going forward. Because people like buying stuff. They call it retail therapy for a reason. People love shopping if they know that they're going to get the value from it. And the best way to show them that is to give them something that's super valuable. So you want people to think, man, if this free shit is like this, imagine what the paid shit is. That's what you want them to think. And then if you give them something inexpensive, you're like, yo, I can't believe I paid fucking $10 for this shit. It's crazy. Or $1. So when Brian was at the stage looking at Cinnamon twerk, I seen that shit. I was like, no me gusta green guy. But Brian was super excited and he was willing to invest $1. So if you can give your client something where it's like, all right, it's not a big financial commitment, but then you give them way more value in return, you over deliver, then you'll be in a better position to ask for your mid-ticket offer. In Cinnamon's case, this was the lap dance. Now, mind you, the more expensive the thing is, the more trust you have to have. It's easier to sell to somebody you already sold to. So at this point, this is the crucial point. This is when Brian became a customer. It's easier to sell to someone you've already sold to. You know what I'm saying? It's easier to sell to someone you already sold to. So this is why a lot of times some companies will have products that are called loss leaders. Think of Gillette. When they sell you the razor to shave your head, if you're me, or shave whatever you shave, you know, they lose money on that. But they make money when you buy the blades. Or I remember Dollar Shave Club. It was a fucking $1 to get, you know, the shave shit. But there was so many upsells once you paid that $1, and they kept moving you up the value ladder. And that company was later sold for over $1 billion. And it was all off this philosophy. Dollar Shave Club started here. You can start here too if you got bread like that. You know what I'm saying? But the crucial point is to get a customer. So this sale right here, the low ticket offer is not to make money. It's to get a customer. So Dollar Shave Club, yeah, you paid $1, you get the shave shit. They lost money off that sale, but they had confidence in their ability to move you up the value ladder. Because once you're a customer, then you're more likely to buy the next shit. It's easier to sell to somebody you've already sold to if they like what they bought. At this point, when they bought the first thing, if they really enjoyed it, it's going to be easier to sell to them again. That's a crucial point. It's easier to sell to someone you already sold to, the same way it's easier to have sex with somebody you already had sex with. Imagine every time you had sex, you had to have sex with a new person. Every time. That'd be an arduous task. It's way easier if you got a girlfriend or a wife. You can have sex with that person every day. Same concept. Now, if they really like this, not everybody's going to have money for this. Not everybody's going to have that kind of bread. So maybe this is where they stay. But there's a certain amount of people who will move from here to the next thing. People with enough bread, enough disposable income. It's almost like a filter. You're filtering it down, but it's very rare you can just start here with the high ticket unless you find a different way to build. Now, you can do it if you have the right business model, your high ticket offer. Now, here's the thing. If you don't have starting capital, if you're starting with nothing, then it is better to start here. And I'll explain why later in this video. But the most profitable businesses are, you don't see fucking ads for the Mac Pro. I don't see ads for it. I don't see commercials for it. I see commercials for Apple's mid-tier shit because that shit is fucking expensive. It starts at $7 grand. Somebody who bought that computer, they probably already have a bunch of Mac shit. They're so in the ecosystem that it's the next logical step for them. So Brian did that. He went to the VIP room and then she offered her the profit maximizer. Not every business even has this. There's never commercials for this type of shit, these profit maximizer shit. The same way that chick wasn't just going up to people offering sex for money, right? She worked them up the value ladder. Not every business has this, but if they do have it, you best believe they're only offering it to their best customers. Not everybody can even afford that. So it doesn't even make sense to market that because it's probably not a large enough segment of the population that can even afford like your profit maximizer if you have it. For example, I remember the homie Ty Lopez, man, this motherfucker, he had every step of this ladder. At one point, Ty had $1 million offer. Somebody ended up buying it, if memory serves me. This makes a lot of sense for businesses, right? Because even if the person can buy here or here, they have to know you, like you, and they got to trust. They got to believe that you will provide enough value for that money. The more money you charge, the more trust there needs to be within the consumer. And the best way to build that trust is to give them something valuable. So you start free and then you move up the ladder. Now, there is a world where you skip these middle steps and you go straight from here to here. And this is if you're like a one-man operation and you have a product or service that doesn't cost a lot to deliver, like a service-based business where it doesn't have a lot of overhead. And if you don't have enough money to do all this other shit. For example, in my high ticket trainer program where I teach trainers how to start their online fitness business, we don't teach them to go up the value ladder, even though this works. And this is a proven method that works. We teach them to start with social media and go straight to this sale. Because with high ticket trainer, we're not trying to build like a multi-million-dollar business. This is like the multi-million-dollar business protocol. If your goal is to get to $10,000 a month in the fitness industry, well, what is your profit ladder look like? What would it look like normally? All right, so social media, you don't make no money off this shit, right? Boom, so zero, unless you have 1 million YouTube subscribers like me. But then your low ticket offers will be something like an ebook. That's like the low ticket fitness offer, and the average ebook costs $10. At $10, you have to sell 1,000 ebooks to make $10,000, and it has to be the new people every month. So maybe we look at, okay, do we start the mid-ticket offer, like a program, Kino Body or V-Shreds? Maybe we do that. That's what some guys tell me. Yeah, I want to sell programs like Kino Body. I was like, well, let's look at it. The average program or course, the average in the fitness industry is about $50. So how many of those do you have to sell to get $10,000 a month? Fuck, you have to sell 200. And you have to sell 200 to new people every month. Now, V-Shreds and Kino Body can do it because they spend thousands of dollars a day on ads. Hey, if you're doing that shit, the math starts to work out, and they both have an army of nerds running their ads. I know it. I know both of them personally. And even when I had my supplement line, you know, it was around this range. And yeah, we made like $1 million. We were doing like 7 figures a year, but I was really good at ads and I had hundreds of thousands of followers, millions across different social media. So I had a lot of leverage that, you know, if you're just starting out, you probably don't have that. Because this profit ladder style, as you can see, to do it this traditional way, you need money. Now, let's say you start with the high ticket shit. I tell my students, all you need is 25 clients paying you $80 a week. And that's a steal for online training. That's a steal because in the gym, you know, the Equinox, the gym I used to go to in New York, in Manhattan, it was like $250 per session. Crunch, it was like $100 per session. You probably have to see your trainer 2-3 times a week. So at Crunch, that's gonna cost you $300 a week. At Equinox, that's gonna cost you what, $750 a week. And they're not gonna help you with your fucking diet. You know, they're not really gonna give you advice, but you know, but online training, you track their calories like way more intense, the way I teach. So 25 clients, $80 a week, that's $104,000 a year. That's a lot closer to the $10,000 a month. Or you can charge monthly. So monthly, you charge $300 a month, which is still a deal. 33 clients at $300 a month is you a lot closer. But the beauty of it, online training, is this right here is recurring. With all the other models, you have to get new people every month. This, you can just get the 33 clients, boom. And they won't all stay with you for the year, but as long as you maintain an average of 33 clients, that's a lot easier than fucking 200 programs to new people every month or 1,000 ebooks every month to new people. So once my students, they start making some bread and they start, having some disposable income, then we move down the profit ladder. And the goals of each one of these steps becomes to get people up. Then we have them create the mid-ticket offer. Then we have them create the low-ticket offer. But the whole goal is to get them to ascend up the profit ladder. That's when it makes sense. The key is to understand the profit ladder, how it works, and the math behind it. And it works if you're a small brand. The reason you can get the high ticket clients is because it's actually you talking to the person. A big brand, people kind of know, oh, I'll never talk to the person, but you build trust by talking to people in social media. So we teach our students basically how to do it, how to build relationships on social media that lead straight to sales. That's another way to do it. But you got to remember that this works in life too. Every single woman I know wants to get married and have kids one day. But even if you are her Prince Charming, you can't just meet her and then immediately say, hey, let's get married today. First, you got to meet her, maybe exchange numbers, maybe go on a date, start having sex, become a boyfriend, girlfriend. Then you can marry the chick, right? You still got to go through all the steps. It's the same in life. You got to walk people up the ladder sometimes. Listen, if you want some more tips on how to build a business, how to make more money, I have another video somewhere around here. You click on that right now and you're going to learn the secrets to sales and marketing. All right.